Hello, hello, and welcome back as I sit back and watch a woman get ravaged by pirates because I'm too lazy to bother with another mouth to feed in Rimworld. And she didn't get ravaged by pirates in the good way, not like the bodice-ripping novel sort of pirate ravaging that one might enjoy. The kind of ravaging that Orlando Bloom got. That's not what I'm talking about here. This was the bad kind of ravaging by pirates. You know, the kind that Jeffrey Rush got. The kind of ravaging that involves a monkey skeleton. That's what I'm talking about here. And that's, by the way, how ravaged Jeffrey Rush got. Why do you think he wound up starring as Ra in Gods of Egypt? Do you think it was a coincidence? No, not a coincidence. It's entirely the result of the ravaging. The pirates, they took away every scrap of self-respect, dignity, and esteem that Jeffrey Rush once had. And when Alex Proyas came to Jeffrey and said, "Look, I need you to be in Raw in my movie about Egyptian gods," Jeffrey Rush's reply was, "Right, I suppose I'll do it because there's nothing in the universe more Egyptian than an old, balding Australian speech therapist. Literally nothing. Also, I wish I was dead, and if starring in this film doesn't kill me, at least it will kill my career." And then a check was written, a contract was drawn up, and movie history was made. It's a terrible, terrible movie history. You know, it's sort of like the fact that the Holocaust was history in the making. It was not the good kind of history and not the kind you really wish anybody to remember. But hey, did you just compare Gods of Egypt to the Holocaust, Pete? There are, among the history of mankind, there have been some titanically awful crimes. And while the Holocaust is definitely probably top of the list, I think Gods of Egypt is close. It's top 25, right? At least. Worst case scenario, top 25. Anyway, what's going on at the old colony? Not a lot. We actually don't really have a whole lot of anything going on. We do have a bill here to smelt for some due forever, though. Somebody needs to be smelting this slag we've got lying around, and we do have quite a bit of slag lying around. It's time to make some steel out of that. Also, one of our wind turbines broke? No. Apparently that was a long time ago, because that wind turbine seems to be working just fine. Who's idle? Sfareguard, why are you idle, buddy? Alright, Sfareguard, why are all these red? Cooking. Hunting. Why are these all red, Sfareguard? Is there something wrong with you, health-wise? Like, can you not do something? What's going on here? Yeah, you're coming down off the booze, and yes, you're missing an arm, but how come you're just... There's no opportunity for you to do any of this stuff. What if I issue a hunting order? Will Sfareguard go? Sfareguard can't hunt because he lost his gun, right? Yeah, okay. Sfareguard, we gotta get you a weapon. Here it is. Is this it? No, that's a machine pistol. Well, it'll do in a pinch. Sfareguard, go pick this up. Incapable of manipulation? Wait, what? Why? What the hell's wrong with Sfareguard? Is he so drunk? He has minus 50 manipulation because he's gone through withdrawal. This is why Sfareguard dropped his gun. He's got the DTs so bad he's shaking. The guy can't do anything. He's just wandering around chewing on the plants. Oh, Sfareguard, buddy. I feel for you, man. What can a man do with hands that shake like this, Sfareguard is asking. We're like, fuck, I don't know, man. Also, you can't really say hands that shake like this, Sfareguard, because you just got the one. So, there's that. So, Vexa, why are you idle, though? You are capable of doing stuff. Why are you not doing stuff? You could cook. Smithing. I mean, there's some smithing here that's... Never mind, I was about to upbraid you for having some smithing that's not being done, but turns out Alaska is all over it. He's actually taking this slag and melting it down pretty nicely. A lot of floor smoothing here that's not being done, Cervex. It seems like maybe you could help with that. What you're mining at? You don't have it. Well, guess what? Now you do. We'll put it on Cervexa at a 4, and this should cause her to mine. We can also probably crank up the speed here. Just keep an eye on her. There's that gun. We found it. Somebody dropped it in the walk-in cooler. All right, well, somebody should haul that back to where it goes. Cervexa, since you're not doing anything else, I'm thinking that's a you job. Oh, no, you're cooking now. And Lynx has gone back to art. I'm actually surprisingly comfortable with this. If Cervexa wants to cook in the off-season, I say we let her cook. We do need to make sure plenty of simple meals are getting built because we were for a small time, we had a meal deficit going where not enough meals were being produced. How does that situation look now? Well, we're going to do 100 simple meals, and when those are done, then we can start doing fine meals. I'm not even sure if we have enough ingredients for 100 simple meals, but then again, we have 277 insect meat. Never mind, we've definitely got enough food for 277 meals, even if we're eating like rats and roaches and shit. Oh, Pete, you gonna eat insects? You know, a lot of people eat insects. They say it's actually not that bad. It's a quality source of protein. It's cost efficient. It's good for the environment. And if my viewership of QI has taught me anything, it's that they don't even taste that horrible as long as one of the carapaces doesn't get stuck down the back of your throat and choke you to death like it did Stephen Fry. Not quite to death, but, you know, close. Hey, raccoon, piss off. That's my rabbit. I just shot that, and this Steven raccoon is coming in getting all swiper no swiping. Damn Skippy Link, shoot him in the face. Swiper no swiping. You know what happens when you fucking swipe my shit, Swiper? You get a shotgun to the face, that's what happens. I gotta say, I really feel like Dora's life would be a hell of a lot easier if she had just adopted the whole shotgun to the face meta for Swiper. It'd be like, Swiper no swiping. Just stop saying that, Dora. Get a 30-06 and put a bullet through Swiper's brain, and guess what? Swiper no swiping shit after that. I think Swiper will be swiping as a new headstone. What's in these cargo pods? A couple buckets of milk. I will take your milk. I will also take all of your slag, because we're hauling this stuff now. Volcanic winter. Okay, alright. Volcanic winter blows dong. We actually had a volcanic winter in a game I was playing on the stream not too long ago at the old Bayside High. It didn't go that well. It didn't go that poorly, but what does volcanic winter do? Well, it makes it incredibly difficult to grow crops, which is a problem. Not so much for us because we got these hydroponics, but makes it very difficult to grow crops. It decreases the output of all solar generators. Wind generators still work as good as ever, and our geothermal should be fine. I'm thinking, though, since we do have this going on, what we're going to do, our hops are coming along nicely, too. Let's install a little bit of, let's make a little greenhouse area here. It's going to be an outdoor greenhouse. Where's my lamp, though? Nope. Is it furniture? Yes, the sun lamp for some reason counts as furniture. That always confuses me. Why is this furniture? I don't get it, game. I don't understand why it's furniture. This does not seem like furniture. Where do we want to put our greenhouse? Well, not anywhere where it's going to be in the way of our turrets. That seems like a tragically bad idea. What if we just stick it up here? We're going to have to rezone these growing zones, which I think ultimately is probably fine. We can go ahead and, I guess, start getting the structure in around this. All right, so that's built, and it automatically connected itself to power, which I do like. We're going to pause this very quickly. More cargo pods? More cargo pods. Those cargo pods have drugs in them, though, and I don't want your. You keep your filthy drugs out of my colony. This is a drug-free colony. This is not the kind of operation I'm running here. Sure, I'll laugh while a woman gets ravaged by pirates, but, you know, drugs are where I draw the line. You gotta have limits. You gotta have rules. Oh, no, cancel this. I don't want to build wall where I'm supposed to be building, you know, green vegetables and leafy greens for our colonists to eat during a long winter. And speaking of long winters, that's the thing about the volcanic winter. They can be extraordinarily long, actually. The long winter we had on the long winter. Now I'm just calling it the long winter. When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. But when we had our volcanic winter in the game that we were playing on the live stream, it lasted like 2 seasons. It was really long. So we're just going to try and nip this in the bud. Pittman, throwing up some walls. It's good work, Pittman. He's out there. He's got his trowel in hand, got his mortar, got his bricks, mace, shovel. He's ready to work. He's actually working, which is nice. Another thing that we need to concern ourselves with, at some point we're going to need somebody who's got a 10 crafting. Alaska is getting pretty close. Why do we need a 10 crafting, Pete? Well, we're going to have to build a component construction facility, and making components takes a 10 crafting. By the way, we can build a crypto sleep casket. Do we have? I mean, that's actually done, too. Crusty is just banging out this research. Powered armor is interesting. A vitals monitor is also interesting. Malaria block. We haven't really had problems with malaria. Let's do shipbuilding basics. The foundation on which all other shipbuilding projects are going to be based. So production, what do we need? We're going to need a component assembly bench, which takes 30 components. Well, that's a remarkably large number of components. We're going to have trouble coming up with that many. So then, components have to be our next highest priority, which means we're going to need something we can use to generate big old fat stacks of cash. Because we're going to have to probably buy our way into some components. Not just some components, an absolute buttload of components. So, settle in, folks, because the colony may not be going anywhere in the near future. And fantastic, right in the middle of our volcanic winter, we have had an explosion. That is set. Everybody get up. Wake up, all of you. You're all drafted. Come out here and fight this fire immediately. I cannot have my turrets burning down, and I can't help but notice that the turrets are burning down, guys. Move. Let's move. We can't sacrifice the components it would take to rebuild this stuff. I don't care about the conduits. I don't care about the conduits at all, but the turrets must be saved. Seriously, though, save the turrets. Oh, God. Save the... Nice work. Great job, team. Way to save the turret. That's, top-notch work. I'm not actually sure how we would have saved the turret, because we had everybody basically sprint down here as quickly as possible, and that puts us even further from our goal, because now we have to rebuild this turret, which takes 3 of our remaining components. Well, actually, we got how many here? One component there. Also, some extra steel. We have 1 component and some slag. The steel is not a big deal. We've got a relatively, like, large supply of slag that we can use to make more steel. And also, if we really need steel, we can just mine it. We've got plenty of steel. Hey, Zit, why don't you go kiss my ass? That was a significant blow to the colony. Also, it has emptied our batteries, which is extraordinarily bad. Let's start by... We're going to turn the power off to you. And honestly, I think we flipped the switch and shut the power off to the turrets as well. 1, because they're still being reconstructed. And 2, we need to get our batteries recharged here. Both figuratively and literally, we need to recharge our batteries. The colony could use a little battery recharging as well. How's your addiction coming off there, Svergard? How come you're not in withdrawal anymore? I mean, you're still addicted. Did you find liquor? We probably brewed beer, didn't we? You know, guys, it's really not cool to be giving liquor to an alcoholic. That's all I'm saying. Svergard has a problem, and you guys you're just fueling his addiction. That's your solution. Be like, I'm sure he'll be fine. Here, let's give this submachine gun wielding drunk man ready access to an endless supply of liquor. Even though he's got the DTs so bad, his hands are shaking. It's like Michael J. Fox after 18 cups of coffee. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. There's no way this ends in tragedy. I mean, this is almost certainly not going to be horrific. I oftentimes wonder about the logic behind some of the decisions our colonists make. I really do. What do we want to grow in here? I mean, we've got some smoke leaf growing, which is fine. I think what we should probably do is just expand this growing zone. So let's go production zone area. Growing zone here. And this stuff has all become suddenly not a growing zone? Huh. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll zone this for growth. Yes, I'm going to grow crops on top of my conduit, and no, the combination of moist soil and electricity does not strike me as a especially bad combination. We should also probably put a door on this. It doesn't need to be an auto door, though, because auto doors take components, so to... wait a minute. Yep, that's... I said not an auto door, and then what did I do? Immediately built an auto door, because I'm an idiot. How about one that's just made out of sandstone blocks, though? Could we do that instead? Yeah, growing zone 12. You're not growing this. What are you going to grow in here? I'm thinking we just make it all corn. Just an abundance of corn here. That's what we want. A lot of corn plants. What we're really doing is, see, the corn is the screen. This is our DEA effectiveness rating. We're growing corn around our marijuana. I mean, smoke leaf, right? Because, you know, that's a legal narcotic. Marijuana is forbidden by the Rimworld Geneva Convention. Also, why is this power on? How come you guys are still powered? Oh, because there's a geothermal generator there that's directly powering you now. Making this switch absolutely irrelevant. And in fact, we should have the power toggled on this at all times because we want that geothermal bleeding into our other stuff. And if we've got that switch off, well, hell, we should just deconstruct that. If it's not doing us any good, in fact, you know what? Yes, deconstruct that switch. This stuff is all running off geothermal power 24/7 anyway, so yeah, we're gonna deconstruct the switch. It will get us a component back, I think. If not, you know, it doesn't. Shipbuilding basics is finished. That's fantastic. Let's do ship cryosleep caskets then. Anything that's a ship component is now our new priority. Although, again, 30 components that we need. How come nobody is disassembling this switch? What the hell are you guys doing? Toon construction is like your #1 gig. Get your ass out here and unswitch this switch. Unswitch those switches, bitch. Also, build that wall, yeah. Got some stuff out here that needs to be done that ain't getting done. You've disconnected our power grid, though, also. And we have a lot of stuff that's drawing power. This can be roofed. It's fine. We've got a sun lamp inside. Should not be a problem. It'll also help keep out the volcanic winter, I guess. It will help us keep it climate controlled because these sun lamps, I believe, do generate some small amount of heat. Although it's not particularly very cold since it is fall. You know, it's 37... Actually, never mind. It's 33 Fahrenheit. It's fucking freezing outside. Not quite literally freezing, but it's really too damn cold to be outside without some appropriate levels of warm clothing. On the plus side, though, our milk is frozen, so it's not going to spoil. Can you freeze milk? I don't think milk is allowed to be frozen. I think once you freeze milk, like, it's bad. That's it. You freeze milk, and it's just like, nope, this milk is done. Can't use that anymore. We got to turn some stuff off. We've got some power generation problems, and we need to switch off some items so that our batteries can really start building a charge. Although maybe, just maybe, with the thermal generator actually connected to our power network, they might put on more of a charge than I expect. We barely had enough to make it through the night. Alternatively, we could build another wind generator, but that takes another one of our valuable components. I don't want to use up my components. We also don't really have enough silver to be calling traders. We kind of just have to wait for traders to show up. And what we need is some sort of cottage industry that we can get going here to help us. There's a mad animal. What animal is angry? This squirrel. Well, there's that. All right. Also, maybe somebody killed this turkey. He's over near my crops, and I would prefer that that turkey not be eating my crops. Somebody? No, make it a challenging shot. That's good thinking, Lynx. No, that's also good. Shoot towards the colony. Pay no mind to what is in your background there. We don't really worry about the whole backstop situation. I'm sure there won't be a hideous crossfire incident. Everything will be hunky-dory with you randomly shooting at your own front door. Seems like randomly shooting at my own front door should definitely be the title of, like, Gary Busey's autobiography. Gary Busey, randomly shooting at my own front door. I don't really need the learning helper. I know we have an idle colonist, but I don't have any jobs for Cervexa. She just hunts. That's really all she does. And we have so much meat in our freezer. Maybe we just start hunting animals to extinction. Well, we're definitely going to be hunting these guy animals to extinction because get out of my base, animals! Y'all always coming up in here eating my crops, though. You know what? Here, just kill. That's it. I'm the anti-Dr. Doolittle. He called all the animals to help him. I call all the animals to jump in my belly. I'm killing everything. It's time. Before winter comes, they're going to die anyway. They're going to starve to death come winter. Really, I'm doing them a favor. This is just a little aggressive euthanization. Preemptive euthanization, as I like to call it. Toon going on a little night hunt for a squirrel. Squirrels are hard to hit at the best of time, Toon. Do you think hunting them at 2 o'clock in the morning is really the best idea? Probably not. Here comes a raid. The smoky skunks have arrived in drop pods. They are attacking immediately. All right, so hold on a second. Smoky skunks are dropping in. You think you're all the smoky something when you're so nothing painted blue. And the smoky skunks have arrived. Whoa, they're really on the move. All right, let's take a look at the skunks here. They're coming in. All right, they should be definitely coming through our defenses unless they have sappers. They got somebody with frag grenades. Melee attacking steel improvised turret. Igniting battery. Okay, so these guys are definitely coming through. Ooh, a couple charge rifles here. They're coming through our main line of defenses, and for us, this is actually fantastic. Everybody is drafted. This is the first true test our enhanced defense system has ever had. This is really sort of our big show, if you will. Rick, what are you doing out there? You know what? It hardly matters, Rick. This is it. This is prime time, game time. The first real threat we have had where we didn't know from the start that we're just going to immediately stomp all the shit out of it. So Cervexa, I want you over here with your melee weapon. Now remember, if anybody gets past our traps, Cervexa is a god with a melee weapon, an absolute god. Crusty, we want you there. Pittman, you got our other assault rifle, right? Okay, so you're there. Toon, sniper rifle, you're firing down the corridor of death. Min's got a pump shotty. I think we'll have her back up Cervexa. Svergard's only got one arm, but he is a top-notch killer. Cervexa, you get the last spot in the bunker. You know what, Alaska, I think we'll position you in the bunker as well. Lynx, you should probably also be in the bunker. Pittman's already in the bunker. Cervexa, and that just leaves Asamu, the geologist. Okay, Asamu, here's your job. Once these raiders have been broken, once we have racked them before and they've fallen at our feet, we have broken them and are listening to the lamentations of their women. Once we have shattered our foes, your job is going to be to jump out through this door and just butcher the shattering remnants. Like whatever is left running for their lives into the hills, weeping and crying and gnashing their teeth and rending their hair, you're going to murder those fuckers. Also, we've got to do something. We have too much. We are out of power. Brilliant. Our turrets are not going to be firing at maximum capacity. Okay. 1 down. 2 down. And the pirate skunks are already fleeing. This is why we have this team over here. I don't think any of these guys even fired a shot. Okay, Asamu, you're out this door with your shotgun, and you're firing. Min, you're out this door, and you're firing. Cervexa, you got to run down anybody you can run down. Like, if you can get on a dude, get on a dude. Anybody, you gonna go? Gonna chase? Gonna fire? Nope, they're already gone. Okay. Well, they have outrun us, but despite the fact that our power situation was definitely not fantastic during this raid, you know what got it done? Traps. They're always our #1 MVP. So we will unforbid all of these things. Any of you guys still alive? Dusty the Minstrel is dead. MB the Defector, dead. Merc the Oaf, also dead. We got any empty graves? Turns out we got 3 dead guys and 3 empty graves. That's perfect. The group of friendlies from Trolltech, Brex, have arrived from nearby. They're moving to help. I don't suppose you brought components. Nope. Also, you're tribes people. I'm not really sure how you thought you were going to be helpful in that particular raid. Overinflated sense of self-worth, perhaps, there, tribes people? I'm thinking maybe. All right, so this shit should be getting hauled and buried. Do we want to strip any of these people before we run? Hey, Crusty, you mind? Hold on a second. Just drop that guy for a moment. Any of these guys worth stripping? Let's take a look at their gear. This guy's a 72% personal shield, and you know what? We could use that. So this guy, at least, is getting stripped. Crusty, strip this man. That personal shield we will give to Cervexa. She doesn't have a ranged weapon, so there's no good reason to not have her pick that bad boy up. Cervexa, equip this bad boy. I will force you to wear a personal shield. I don't care. This is for your own good. Anybody else have anything we want to get? Gear. Busted armor vest, some cloth pants, and alpaca wool toque that we would just wind up having to burn. That guy's already stripped. Where's the other dead guy, though? Wasn't there an oaf around here somewhere? Did we already bury him? What happened to the oaf? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to have to install another switch as much as I don't like it. We got to deconstruct that. I hate having to use 2 more components to rebuild a switch I technically already built. But it's got to be done. Cervexa, you picked up that personal shield, right? Yeah, there we go. It's charging up, too. Toon, what are you doing? Oh, he's shooting at that deer. It's a doe, a deer, a female deer. Rearm these traps, though, guys. Also, working from the inside out is... I want to be angry at you guys for doing it, but honestly, it's my fault. Let's just hope nobody gets killed by one of our own traps. That would be unfortunate. Alaska's fixing a wall because Toon was shooting holes in it while trying to kill that deer. Can we disarm this trap? No, we can only deconstruct it, which I don't want to do. Isamu's on trap detail. Well, while you're here, Isamu, rather than make you run through an entire gauntlet of traps, why don't I just have you arm a couple at the same time? You should probably not arm the one you're standing on. That just seems like a fantastically terrible idea. Comes our visitors. What, are you guys just coming to chill out for a minute? Okay, that's cool. Just hanging out in my base and be like, yeah, we all up in your base enjoying the scenery. We're just a bunch of humble tribes people. I'm just a simple caveman rimworlder. Your strange practices and massive technology confuses and terrifies me. Your ship cryosleep casket knowledge, it confounds me in a significant way. Deep drilling, vitals monitoring, ship antimatter reactor. Yes, let's begin these things. I love the fact that we're going to have all the components we need to make a ship, except for actually components with which to make the ship. I really need that components bench, but I need a buttload of components to get the bench. We need components to get components. This is the classic capitalist philosophy right here. We got to put production back in the hands of the workers. This is the problem. Karl Marx was right. The capitalists control the infrastructure, and we have no way to better our own situation as long as we let the entitled white male power holders keep a stranglehold on the means of production. We got to fight the good fight. We must seize the means of production for ourselves, guys. Seize it! Also, what weapon is that on the ground? Is that just a club? It's some old piece of crap club. Lynx is out there cleaning up blood. Those clothes we would probably wish to burn if we could afford to run. Also, turn these turrets off. We don't need those on at the moment. We gotta save power because I want to get my batteries back to full charge. And one of the reasons we're having problems with our power, of course, it's the volcanic winter. It's 6 o'clock at night, but look how little power we're getting on our solar panels here. Look at this. They're producing almost nothing. And it's all the result of this volcanic winter. On the plus side, we have so much food stored. The one thing we don't really have to worry about with this volcanic winter is starvation. We're gonna be fine from a hunger standpoint. We got nothing to worry about. We will not have to take Katniss Everdeen out to make her murder for sport. We'll be fine. All of our crops are gonna die, by the way. Detected a cluster of cargo pods, scratch. Okay, jump to location. What was in the wreckage? Anything useful? Some unfertilized chicken eggs. Well, omelets are on the menu again, I guess. So, yeah, it's something. And since we do have just one greenhouse, I kind of feel like maybe we should not be using that greenhouse to grow drugs. Let's change this over. I'm just gonna go with rice. What do we want to be growing in here? Rice and corn. We will let this crop finish because our dank bud here, it's got 140% growth rate and it is 60% grown. We can probably let it finish running its course. How much smoke leaf do we have like piled up, by the way, too? And how many joints have we got just sitting around? None? We have no smoke leaf. Really? Don't we have a crafting spot to keep? We do. We're supposed to be crafting 30 smoke leaf. Why do we not have the smoke leaf? We got a lot of beer. Well, we have 12 beers. How's our next batch of beer doing? Fermenting barrel. It's going to finish in 5 days. 7 days. 7 days. We got to keep an eye on this because, of course, Svegard does have an actual need for alcohol now. He's going to be consuming some every day. Alaska, are you going to harvest? You're not harvesting. You're just murdering and replanting. Well, so much for smoke leaf. I mean, we had sort of passed a referendum that legalized it, but I guess Alaska would be like, not on my watch, pal. You can legalize it all you want. I'm just destroying the means of supply. This is what, yeah, that's just exactly what an entitled white male power holder would do, Alaska. Control the means of production just to keep the man down. The one thing we can have that makes us happy, our steady and cheap abundance of smoke leaf. No, you got to control the worker in every aspect of their lives. Don't allow them to have joy or no pleasure. You're a scumbag, Alaska. Straight up scumbag. On the plus side, though, I mean, the colony's going, it's just bumping. We're just waiting for components or the means to obtain components, which is by and large going to be entirely money-driven. We got to come up with a project for making cash. We need a cash project with a low initial input of resources. That's what we need. We could cut stone, I suppose, and just sell it, although it sells for so little. You know what? Let's do it. Let's just crank up our supply of stone blocks to ridiculous levels. We've also got an idle colonist. Svegard, Cervexa, I mean, there's no reason you guys can't be chopping stone here. And it has the added benefit of also increasing your crafting skill, which ultimately, again, we are going to need somebody who has a 10 craftsmanship. And I think we'll have Alaska start smelting steel again. Cargo pods again. Have components in you. Nope. What do we got? Bunch of corn? You know, I'll go. How is this not hauled back to base? Why? This is a source of components. This dead centipede? We can't just leave this out here. There's a minigun that's been rotting in the woods for the last who knows how long. An AI persona core that's just sitting out here in the... People, what? Rimworlders. What the heck? What the hell are you thinking? There's another minigun out here. These things have got to be taken back to base and cared for. We could be disassembling these right now. We might have had enough components within easy reach to make all of our problems go away, but you guys just had to leave them out there in the sun. I'm absolutely disgusted with every man jack of you, damn it. Thoroughly and utterly disgusted. Just unbelievable. This is gross negligence at its best, folks. Who is not asleep? Lynx, haul this. Cannot haul minigun, no empty place configured to store it. You're telling me we don't have any place we can store a weapon? None, huh? I mean, that's perfectly sensible. Well, guess what? Where's my, Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. There's a thing we can use to store weapons. It's like a weapons rack or something. It's got to be under furniture, right? Equipment rack, yeah. Build me a wooden equipment rack and put it right here. I guess we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. And then we will take those two weapons and we will haul them in there. Assuming somebody gets off their ass and builds it. Which, anybody? No? You know what? I've had enough of all of you. Every man jack of you. Just pushing the gorge to the tip of my throat. You really are. So I'm going to wrap this one up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to you. And if you'd like to see the world's laziest goddamn supply of colonists get off their ass and actually do some work, rather than just leave vital resources out in the middle of a volcanic winter to slowly degrade and rust, might consider subscribing as well. Because, Crusty, you're supposed to be a leader, man. How can you let this on your watch, man? Failure. This is failure leadership, sir. And I've got 4 years of it on the not Rimworld to look forward to here. No, you know what? I'm done with Crusty. If you want to see more of Krusty's failing leadership, consider subscribing as well. New episodes of Rimworld every Tuesday. Rimworld Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Disgusting, Crusty. Just shameful.